Hello everyone and welcome to a new lesson with Miss Rafa. Today we're going to study Unit 4 Vocabulary. So if you're ready, let's get started. Vocabulary, phrasal verbs, and the prepositions of movement. Let's see question 1. Match the verbs in italics with the correct meanings from A to G below. Make sure you check the joints over before you leave today. Check over means to inspect for any faults, errors, or defects. The carpenter has used a special hammer to drive the nails into the finished doors. Drive into means to force something into something else by hitting it. This harsh environment is going to eat away at this concrete over time. Eat away means to erode or corrode. The workers had to fence the area off in order not to harm anybody during the work. Fence off means to restrict access using some kind of barrier. I have to jack up the car to change the tire. Jack up means to raise using some kind of mechanic or hydraulic device. We will have to pull the old building down before they start work. Pull down means to destroy something quite big. We need to shore up the roof before it falls down. Shore up means to support something or keep it from falling by placing something under or against it. Now let's move on to prepositions of movement. Prepositions of movement show movement from one place to another. Into, onto, and to are used to talk about movement. For example, we moved the chairs into my bedroom. The actor ran onto the stage. They walked to the next town. The opposites are out of, off, and from. For example, we moved the chairs out of my bedroom. The actor ran off the stage. We drove from London to Edinburgh. Now let's practice. Fill in the gaps using the prepositions in the box. 2. From, of, into, onto, out of. طبعا ترجمة حروف الجر ممكن تختلف ضمن الجملة. My brother drove 2 homes in 1 hour. The vase fell off the table and shattered on the floor. She suddenly turned and crashed into the fence. What time does the flight from Cairo arrive? I slipped as I stepped onto the platform. Take your hands out of your pockets and help me. Now let's move on to the activity book. Choose the correct phrasal verb in brackets to complete the following statements. The engineer has to check over the joints before leaving the site. We need a suitable size of nails to be driven into that old chair to be repaired. Houses by the sea are usually eaten away faster because of moisture. The police have fenced off the crime theatre in order to start investigation. Now let's move on to the second question. Put the words in the box in the gaps. We have to, from, off, into, onto, out of. The monkey escaped from its cage and jumped into the lake. It took a long time to get it out of the lake and back into its cage. Henry drove his car onto the beach and then he couldn't move it because the wheels sank into the sand. In the end, he needed 8 people to push it off the beach and back onto the road. We thought we should walk to bakery for breakfast because it's such a beautiful day. That's everything for today. Thank you very much. See you next lesson.